Who are those second-year players that are going to step up for the Vols? Caleb, if you want to start a poll question on that, you can throw that up there. That'll give me an opportunity to tell people that we want you to join Hooker's Corner. Why? Because it's your opportunity to win fantastic prizes for free. You can be a part of Rick Terry's Great Garmin Challenge. You can win a Garmin just by being subscribed and having a free membership to Hooker's Corner. The QR code is there for our video listeners or watchers, viewers, and also want to remind you that you can win monthly prizes like this John Henderson helmet. Look at this. We're giving this puppy away, this mini helmet. It's autographed by John Henderson, pretty awesome former Tennessee defensive tackle. We'll give that away on July 31st. It's just $9.98. A couple of recruiting videos and more recruiting coverage is up there now as we really start to hit the ground running. I've got just a huge announcement I can't wait to make, but we're going to have to make that on Friday. So a lot going on in the program. So Caleb has a lot going on. He does. He's got a little one, and he's got a right hand that ain't looking great. Will you hold your right hand up?
Yes, I will. Guys, say a little prayer for me. I'm dealing with some serious carpal tunnel right now.
Oh, my gosh.
But, you know, I'm still working. It's my Michael Jordan flu game, so, you know.
So Caleb's got a lot going on. So he thought of this idea. Let's do top freshman this year. By the way, bumped into Peyton Lewis. Okay. He is way bigger than I thought. He's Jamal Lewis big. What's he listed as? I know the weights came out. Can you tell me what he's listed as? And we're going to do redshirt freshmen, by the way, not sophomores, if I said that. Not true freshmen.
Let me check.
Let me see what he's, because I saw him yesterday.
Peyton Lewis.
Also, Chaz Nimrod being 220 pounds, Brew at 230. No, you're not crazy to compare them to DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. I love Nimrod personally because we share the last surname cross we must bear. But Caleb, how big is Peyton Lewis listed as?
Peyton Lewis is listed at 6'1", 210 pounds.
Oh, he's bigger than that.
Interesting. Maybe the conditioning program has already had an impact that they didn't expect.
Yeah. Have his weights come out? Does anybody, I mean, if you've seen it on the message board, I want to hear about it, but I haven't seen his weights come out. I saw some guys, but I haven't seen his weight come out, but I'd be stunned if he's not 225. I mean, he's my height and a lot thicker and carrying a lot less fat, which is a good thing for him. But Caleb, as I mentioned, has a ton of strengths, but he's also got a lot going on. So we were going to do the top impact true freshman, and Caleb said, wait, we did that 2 weeks ago. So it's redshirt freshman.
What the?
Here we go.
Was he thinking?
Release the hounds.
The Dave Hooker Show.
Keep cool.
A presentation of offthehooksports.com.
Turned out to be a brilliant idea because nobody does this, but the redshirt freshmen just kind of hang out there. And nobody seems to take note of the fact that they've been in the program for a year, have different bodies, have a feel for simple things like just going to class, their key fob working in the facility, all those sorts of things. And you got a year under your belt. Caleb Calhoun, the top redshirt freshman for this season, is obviously whom?
Nico, go ahead and play it for Chris Fowler.
Iamaleava.
There you go, Chris.
Yeah, it's obviously Nico Iamaleava. We don't have to have that debate, and he is number one. Before I have the poll question up, so you guys already know it, but I'm just going to go ahead and go through this list. Now, let me say this up front about redshirt freshmen. A lot of redshirt freshmen, a lot of times they redshirt because they weren't great as true freshmen. And the reason they redshirted is because there's true freshmen who are ahead of them, who actually saw the field more last year. And we saw that with some of the players I'm going to name. That does not mean some of them still can't make an impact, though, having had a year in the system. It's not like there was somebody ahead of Nico. They just redshirted him because Joe Milton was the starter and they wanted to save that redshirt. I don't know if that was necessary, but that's what they wanted to do. So, Dave, I'm going to start this with at number 5, and he would not be on the poll question. He would be somebody else because he's on here by default because there's just not as many redshirt freshmen to have an impact. But There's an outside chance, isn't there, that Nathan Leacock works into the receiver rotation?
That's crazy.
No.
You don't think there's any chance?
No.
I think he's the 5th whiteout on the list.
I think he is now. I think by midseason, Mike Matthews and other guys will.
I already have Mike Matthews ahead of him. No, he's the 5th.
Whoa, no, I wouldn't do that, though. So maybe you and I are closer than we think, because I would want guys that I'm comfortable with.
Now, don't factor in slot receivers. So Squirrel White and Braylon Staley are not here, but it's whiteouts. So 2 whiteout spots on each side. Brew McCoy and on one side. Brew McCoy's locked in, right?
Yes.
On the other side, it's a fight between Mike Matthews, Dante Thornton, and Chris Brazzell.
Speaking of receivers, Dante Thornton scheduled to join the program very soon, possibly tomorrow. Dante Thornton. So make sure and set your clocks for that. We go live at 10 a.m. Caleb?
Yes, so whichever one of those wins the number 2 whiteout job, the other 2 will be the 2 backup whiteouts going forward deep. Nathan, they're all going to be part of the rotation to a certain degree. Nathan Leacock is the first person out of that rotation. So I think if somebody goes down, you will see some more Nathan Leacock. But maybe I'm crazy.
Okay. I think you got issues. If Nathan Leacock catches more than 20 balls, I think you've got issues. Would you agree with that?
Okay, fair enough. That was a bit of a default one, but okay.
Common ground. All right, who's next?
All right, number 4, and this is where I'm sticking with my guns. He redshirted because the person that he came in with emerged last year down the stretch and started getting to take reps over him. However, cornerback Jordan Matthews has got to be in the rotation this year in some level. And Heupel talks about the depth of the secondary. Jordan Matthews may not start, but he's got to be the first cornerback off the bench.
Say wham.
Can I be the worst host ever and say I'm undecided on Jordan Matthews? I've gone from very high to I don't want to bury him because I haven't seen him play. I've seen him practice, but I can't go there.
Oh,
Caleb.
you can't be undecided. It's election day, so you have to make your decision. You have to vote today.
Okay, well, I'm on Kamala Trump. I will say in that particular case, I will say he will have an impact. He will have a significant impact, and I think he's not on the upper tier of newcomers in the secondary, but I think he's right on that second tier. So, okay, I'll say he has an impact.
There you go. So then he deserves to be on this list. Now, number 3, this is
Speed drinker, one note. More wide receivers, the more fresh legs you can keep in rotation. But they only keep the same receivers in the drive because they don't want to substitute. And traditionally, you haven't seen Josh Heupel put a new trio set of receivers in there. Go ahead, go.
Yes, that's very true. Heupel likes to run. He likes to do what David Cutcliffe and Lane Kiffin like to do, a set rotation of go-to receivers. And, I mean, they like to shorten it. Number 3, and you can make a case for this guy for number 2, Dave, who I'm about to name. I may be underrating this guy, but Vyson Lang, redshirt freshman. I mean, Tennessee is in trouble if Vyson Lang is not able to fill that backup center void and Cooper Mays goes down. So he's very important.
Based off what I've been told, I think that they would shift people around right now. So I can't go there. As a matter of fact, I would have him last. No offense. But I think they would do something with Dane Davis or they would do something with something else. I don't think it's as simple as he's second string. I may be proven wrong, and I hope I am by Bison. And there's still preseason camp to go, so we don't know. Offensive lineman, you don't know how much tougher they've gotten in the offseason. But I can't go with you on that one.
Wow. Look at you breaking for me on everybody. Dave just doesn't believe me on anything, guys.
I love you like a brother, though, if that helps.
Number 2 for me is Ethan Davis. Tennessee needs an athletic tight end. It comes down to Holden Stays and Ethan Davis. Ethan Davis is too athletic at 6'5", 246 pounds to not be that stretch the field tight end.
He is the utility guy.
Hey now.
Actually, I might have him number 2 behind Nico, but I want to see where you go.
No, I have him number 2. That was my number 2.
Okay, so number 2, and of course, number 1 is
Iamaleava.
now.
All right, you ready for the poll question? You want to see what's on the poll question?
I'm very ready for the poll question.
All right, so the question was, outside of Nico, who is UT's most important redshirt freshman? Ethan Davis, Vyson Lang, Jordan Matthews, or somebody else? Dave, Jordan Matthews is leading at 33%.
No way.
Ethan, Yeah, Ethan Davis and Vyson Lang are tied at 28%, and somebody else is 11%.
So somebody else could be anybody. No, somebody else at 11%. That means
Wow, Dave, that is some real deep, thought-provoking stuff right there.
Right,
guys. Somebody else could be anybody.
But we've got we've got 5 guys that we're talking about, and Jordan Matthews leads, and not even close. So that surprises me a little bit. You know who my guy is? Did you not? Was Ethan Davis not on your list?
No, he was. He was number 2.
Okay. I like Ethan Davis a lot. So,
I'm very high on him. That's why I had him at number 2.
Yeah, I like Ethan Davis.
I mean, I guess maybe we could say Max Gilbert, the kicker, because he's going to be he's going to be handling kickoff duties this year, right? And he's a redshirt freshman. But
I may have misunderstood you earlier. I think Ethan Davis is going to be very, very good. I want to clearly go on the record, and I think he will fit into this offense about midway through the season, and that's when you'll really see his play escalate. I think Holden Stays will not be the playmaker that Ethan Davis is for 2 reasons. He doesn't have the physical ability, and I think they want him to be the blocking top of tight end. The question is, when is Ethan Davis ready? And if he's not ready to be a great receiving tight end, which he has the physical ability to do, because he's also going to have to pass protect, then do we have the same conversation we had last year where Tennessee could potentially go 4 wide? I don't see that happening, but it's worth the discussion.
Could Ethan Davis, and I don't want to like cast aspersions on somebody. Are you saying with his raw potential, could it be somebody who wasted because he's not willing to pass protect because he wants to protect himself for the next level?
Oh, no. I haven't gotten that impression at all. I've not gotten that. I just don't think he's very good at it because he's light. I could teach you all the techniques, Caleb, and the bottom line is you're not 320 pounds. So I think that'll be a struggle. Now, Max Gilbert getting some talk here. Here's what I've been told about the kicking situation. Now, factor in that Josh Turbeville did kick some out of bounds. I was told that was nerves. The kickoffs, not field goals. That'd be bad if he kicked those out of bounds. But he kicked some kicks out of bounds. I've been told that was nerves and that was trying to kick it too hard. And they liked the fact that he calmed those and by the end of the season eliminated some of those issues. And I've been told he has the early edge to be the place kicker, the field goal kicker. I don't know that he will definitely win the job, but I've been told early edge. So I don't want to rule anybody out. Been accused of rooting for the local guy. I'm not rooting for anybody, but that is what I've been told.